One more, guys, that I just want to go over via video. This is an exercise for it ticks a couple of boxes, that's why I like it. For ultimately, this is about getting used to the concept of a pelvic tilt to really bring in the abdominal muscles in your core when you're doing certain movements, whether that's hip thrusts, ab rollouts, kettlebell swings, so get in this position here. And the second benefit of this exercise I'm about to show you is I'm going to get you guys thinking about getting the scapular moving, shoulder blades basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to move into protraction of the scapula, which will help really isolate and target your ab muscles. And then we're going to move back out, really as far out as we can. We're going to protract them. So you're doing two things. You're getting used to the whole concept of moving these shoulder blades through protraction and retraction, while at the same time working your ab muscles, okay, and getting used to the concept of creating tension through here. So what we'll do is we're going to get into all fours. So you can start off with your shoulder blades kind of in a neutral position. Then what you're going to do is I want you to draw up your belly button, okay, as if there's a bit of string here, pulling it up, or equally, imagine you've got a tail here, you're trying to pull the tail underneath here, right? So it depends how you want to visualize it. As you do that, you're also going to round your shoulders as far as you can. So you start here, then you're going to pull everything right up, so your shoulders are really, really protracted. And as you're performing this movement, I want you to try and take a few breaths. It's quite hard to talk while holding that, and you should feel a huge amount of contraction through your stomach muscles. If you don't just give up. It's a case of working on it. You're trying to tap in and switch on the muscles and engage them, but it requires an active concentration. You can't just do this passively and think, oh, why is it not working? You need to really think about pulling everything in while protracting the shoulders. Okay, so you're going to go from here, then you're going to just essentially go the opposite way. You're going to pull your shoulder blades as far back as you can, and as you do that, I want you to be aware that you might start to go into an excessive lower back arch. So I want you to avoid that. Now, I find it really difficult to demonstrate doing this wrongly, just because I'm so used to doing it for so many years. But I just want you to think, when you get to here, pull your shoulder blades back, but don't allow your bum to stick out too far to go. So it's okay we want to go to extremes at this end, but what we don't want to do is go too far on the way back. So the main focus on this part of the movement is your shoulder blades. So really focusing, pulling them back as far as you can, okay? And then we'll go back in to the tuck, okay? And we're just going to do hold for a couple of seconds, do a few reps with each movement, and then hopefully you'll start to recognise the difference between what's happening at your shoulder blades, and also feel the difference between tucking and just holding steady here. Each position is relevant for different exercises, so it's not like there's one correct position. So we're just trying to work through all the different movements within that your shoulder blades can go through full protraction, through retraction, etc. Okay.